How would they make money? For them, it was much more profitable to build very expensive thermal and hydro power plants, today nuclear power plants, and then to transport them through wires and to lose 20 to 50% of the energy, so finally they can sell it to us, the end users, for a lot of money. But the day will come that we're going to have a free energy. And that would be the first pillar of the free society. The second one will be the free flow of knowledge. Not only the belonging to the elites, and based on that knowledge, they get their power. Media, corporations, politics. With those two pillars, we're going to have a base for the society of the free men and women. The height of Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun, 767 meters. If we continue with this slope, we are getting a virtual top 782 meters, which is exactly the same like the length of the secondary wire on Tesla's coil. The lengths were always very important because the length determines the frequency. Austrian explorer Klaus Donner in 2011 brought us this illustration of the Sun Pyramid. Northern slope, eastern. His friend, who's a geophysicist from Germany, has a special technology which can penetrate the surface for 1,000 feet. What is commercially available is about 55 feet. This is technology used for the military purposes. Now, different colors show different levels of tunnels inside the Bosnian pyramid. For example, light blue, 5-meter diameter, about 16 feet. Here's light blue, and it ends with a circle, which is a chamber. White, 10 meters deep, 33 feet. Here's white, a lot of white. And a lot of circles, a lot of chambers. Blue, 40 meters, about 130 feet. Here's blue. We have brown, we have yellow, we have black, and so on. And also, we can see that every higher level is a little bit moved, like it's forming the spiral. The spiral, very important. If you have the spiral inside the pyramid, you got the base for your non-Hertzian waves, for your Tesla's waves. It's not only the Bosnian pyramid which is still active. The Quetzalcoatl or Kukulkan pyramid in Chichen Itza in Mexico was filmed by the tourists from El Salvador 3 years ago. And then he realized that what he filmed was an energy beam coming to the very top of the pyramid. But also some other important archaeological sites, like hair temples in Greece. This one is on mainland Greece, when they filmed the energy vortex. And then Dr. D.J. Nelson from the US made a replica of Great Pyramid of Egypt, 52 degrees, 4 sides, oriented into the north, put Tesla's coil inside, and then through the top he got Tesla's waves, non-Hertzian waves. In April of 2012, we did an experiment on the top of the Sun Pyramid. We brought about 600 pounds of equipment. We were thinking, if the pyramid acts as the energy machine, producing energy beam of certain frequency and strength, let's see what's going to happen if we emit our own electromagnetic energy to the pyramid, and let's see what we're going to get back. The physicists got the projection. They were saying we should get back 0.9 volts. For 54 hours, we were emitting our energy, getting all the results filmed, and the results was 3.9 volts, more than 3 times stronger than expected. The physicists could not explain that. It seems that the Bosnian pyramid acts not only as the energy machine, but also as the intelligent energy machine. The second thing, we wanted to find the source of this energy. We sent all our raw information to the labs in Zagreb, Belgrade, and Vienna, Austria. They all told us the same thing. If you get the strength of the signal at the top of the pyramid, then you should have the source, which is iron plate, bigger in size than the pyramid, because the iron generates electromagnetic fields. And that plate should be at a distance of 2,440 meters, which is approximately 1.5 miles. Well, that source can be above the pyramid or below the pyramid, because the signal is here. If it was above the pyramid, then we should be able to see the iron plate, which is 1.5 miles. We see nothing, it means it's below the pyramid, with a shift of about 450 yards. So we got the iron plate emitting electromagnetic field, and the pyramid is sucking this energy, and we got the natural source of energy, and the pyramid is acting as the energy machine for more than 25,000 years. The first case of the perpetual mobile, producing more than 10 kilowatts worth of power. Professor De Bertolus from University of Trieste, we are discovering another energy phenomena, infrasound and ultrasound. Infrasound is the vibration, ultrasound is the vibration, which we cannot hear. We hear from 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. Everything below 20 hertz is infrasound. Everything vibrates in nature. The trees, they vibrate. Our planet vibrates 6 hertz. The pyramid vibrates at 7 hertz. And the ultrasound, again, we cannot hear, some animals can, but we can measure it. And he was able to measure the ultrasound only on the top of the sun pyramid, in the radius of 30 feet, like ultrasound beam. Again, this is for the first time that such measurements were done on one of the pyramids on the planet. So let's hear for the first time how the pyramid speaks. Now, we can convert this sound to the sound of piano.
Jazzy pyramid.
During the winter, it's very similar. And then the people ask us, can you slow it down and see if we can recognize anything? And that's what we did. strange country. In our country, even the pyramids speak. So, when we see this sound, we can see the peaks at 28 kilohertz. And we can see the regularity.
Yeah, very.
It's like we have blocks of ultrasound. When you have regularity, it means you have the machine. So what we did the measurement on the natural hills. No regularity. You don't have the same peaks. And then some people were saying, well, maybe it's just the shape. Maybe it's a natural hill and it's producing ultrasound. So what we did, we went to Italy, on Monte Pavione, which has a regular and looks like a pyramid shape. No regularity, no blocks of ultrasound. So obviously the Sun Pyramid in Bosnia was built as the energy machine, which is still working. Okay, let me go.
Oh, right.
Yes, don't have time for that one. Of course, more info in the book, Pyramids Around the World. Under the Bosnian pyramids, network of tunnels. 1.5 kilometers from the pyramid. The tunnels, they run for tens of miles. In order to build the tunnels, they had to remove a lot of material. Which material? Pebbles, rocks, stone. What did they do with it? They used every cubic foot in order to build the concrete blocks and cover the biggest pyramids. So, direct link between tunnels and the pyramids. Now, we can see traces of two civilizations in the tunnels. The first one who built a huge network, and the second one who decided to close all these tunnels. They brought this fill-in material, and they closed the tunnel, and at the end, they would build this dry wall using the stones from the river beds. So both the builders and those who filled it in, they were able to maneuver with a lot of materials, building a lot of walls. Every year we clean approximately 600-700 new feet, so we are going deeper and deeper in the tunnels. We check all the measurements for temperature. It's 12 degrees, which is very pleasant in the tunnels. The humidity, 85%. Electromagnetic fields are present in the tunnels. No poisonous gases. Deeper you go, you breathe better and better. This summer, after my lectures in Dallas, we did a couple of very interesting expeditions. We were getting all this equipment, moving to the new sections, unexplored, very narrow, removing barriers with our hands, going through very narrow tunnels, finding sections with the water, new walls that nobody has seen for thousands of years. And of course, that's why we have smile on our faces. We got the rope also with us, because we went through several intersections. So we wanted to get back safely. We are finding more blocks with some carvings. And of course, we give everything that we found out to the media. No selection of information, no secrets in our case. Some of the sections have those walls. They're about 25, 30, 40 feet in length, and they act as a support for the ceiling, meaning it's all artificially made. And some of them that we discovered have those channels. Somebody was cutting the channels in the clay. Since there is an angle there, water moves. When water moves, it releases negative ions, which are very good for our bodies. They clean our blood from viruses and microbes. We tested the water, did chemical and microbiological analysis. The result, water which has been there for thousands of years, is clean, healthy, and drinkable. 2006, this is our Megalith K-2, covered by conglomerate, 2012, here it is, 18,000 pounds, sitting on support, meaning somebody has chosen this place as very important, and they put this block on top of it. We discovered that 70 feet below, we have underground river. Water moves, releases the energy, they put the block on top of it. The surface of the block looks like relief, with the hills and the valleys and the rivers. We took samples, did Röntgen diffraction analysis and phase analysis at the Institute for Atomic Physics in Zagreb. They told us that this megalith is an artificial ceramic material. If it is ceramic, somebody made it. And then, instead of destroying it to see if there is anything inside, we applied georadar instrument. And the experts told us that exactly in the middle of this megalith, there is an oval object. It's not a hollow place, it's not water or any other liquid, it's not ceramic, it's not metal, but the mineral, most probably quartz crystal. So what do we have? We have underground water flow, 70 feet below. The energy is getting up, hitting that quartz crystal. It starts working. It is surrounded by ceramic. Ceramic vibrates, and the vibration generates electromagnetic fields, which can be measured by our scientific instruments. And we measured 28 kilohertz frequency, the same one like on the top of the Sun Pyramid, the same one like on the top of that cumuli, and those are three only places where we measured this frequency. Everywhere else, nothing like this. So, what we have here in front of our eyes is actually the ancient technology, different than ours, but still technology. They were maneuvering with the natural material and natural energy resources in order to get this frequency for some very important reason. Whoever gets there, realize that when you open your hands, you are getting energy through your fingers. And then we are receiving more and more testimonies about the healing properties of the tunnels, and especially this site, megalithic site, and the other one that we have underground chambers. We are finding underground lakes. The water in artificial water accumulation are reaching 5.5 feet. 2006, Megalith K-1 covered by conglomerate. We clean and remove the conglomerate. We realize it's 9,000 pounds, and on its surface we got carved symbols and more symbols. Total of 25 symbols. And more carvings on other plates, and more carvings. Some of them are like the combination between geometrical symbols and some type of letters. The oldest European writing is called the runic writings, the runes. Is the combination of the geometry and the letters, arrows. On this particular one, we have 7 symbols that match the runic writings. One potential decipherment came here from the US of those 7 symbols, and it's saying, gate is closed, we are on standstill. We will have to fight to defend and conquer until we are able to go through the Stargate. More walls in new sections, and a company. More. In spiritual science, we call them orbs. More. We discovered that there is no negative cosmic radiations in the tunnels. Hartmann grids equals 0. Our body cells, like here today, have to fight all these negative radiations which we don't see. But when we get in the tunnels, no negative radiation, so our body cells are free to do their job. The concentration of negative ions is getting higher and higher, and that's good for our body. The deeper we go in the tunnels, the environment is getting better and better for us. Lab for radioactivity from University of Sarajevo find out there are no natural radioactivity in the tunnels. Again, that's good for our body. So, what's happening then? Our body cells can start doing some repair work on our body. One way to determine that was to check our aura. One of our volunteers, the youngest one, 74 years old, from Slovenia, engineer Janez Pelko, came with the equipment, measuring the aura, and this is mine before I entered the tunnels. Left side, where there is a blue, that's aura. If it is continuous, you are in a good, healthy condition. This is the other side. Obviously, here it's missing, potential problem with the blood circulation. The red and orange is a stress from our daily life. I spent 1.5 hours inside, came back, look at it now, more blue. Here it's completely healed, and even the stress is pushed back. So you spend some time there, there is a regeneration process on your body. Why? Because body cells, without those enemies, all these cosmic radiations, radioactivity, they can focus on the body itself, and they start fixing the problem. Now, the Russian scientist Valery Uvarov built a pyramid in his backyard. He measured the aura before and after, and he got the same effect. Oops, this is my wife in the kitchen, preparing a special present for you. We got some selected stones from the underground tunnels with the special energies. So after the lecture, you can talk to her and you can choose the one that is calling you. In my book about the Akashic record readings, I made an interesting experiment with the 6 Akashic record readers. For the first time, somebody wanted to bridge the gap between physical and the spiritual science. I wanted to verify the results that we are getting from, Akasha, from the Akashic records. So what I did, I had 30 different archaeological sites in the world, from Machu Picchu to Chinese pyramid, from Egypt to US, from Mauritius to Bosnia, asking the same question, all 6 Akashic record readers. So I applied scientific protocols. I did not tell them too much. In the case of underground labyrinth in Bosnia, I just showed them the picture and asking them, what can you tell me about the underground labyrinth? Reader number 1, Nancy, she said, they used the material from the tunnels to build the pyramids. And we can verify that. Now, have in mind that none of them knew what I was going to ask them. They were never in Bosnia. They never met me, so they actually didn't know the site. There was ecology to it. There was a catacomb feeling. This one has a round center with different tunnels radiating out, and you could find different passages, like rays of sun. Reader number 2, Leah. Beneath the pyramids are tunnels. They are talking about the water. They did a lot of their resources from under the ground. One of the purposes for the tunnels was to go the chosen ones that worked with the energy from one tunnel to another. You had to be of only certain people could travel into pyramids or through these tunnels. Reader number well, today it's open for everyone. So some of you who comes to Bosnia next summer, of course you will have the free access. Reader number, because those of you who come, it means you have a connection in the past with this complex. Reader number 3, Lois. There are tunnels that are intentionally filled with rocks and stuff to keep people from getting inside. A very deep cavern under there that connects to the cavern system under the earth. There are beings that could get up in there, but they don't go there for some reason. Reader number 4. Now, I see beings again, of course, more about the beings in the book, but beings walking into the tunnels down deep is where they actually lived. So, you go deeper, you're getting more structures, more built feelings with rooms and technological appearance. They closed the chamber off, they sealed up other chambers, and then they sealed the outside completely. We can see that. The ancient alien part of your soul is very well aware of these beings. You knew they had hidden a certain type of technology beyond our current understanding. Reader number 5, Diane, there was a healing chamber down there at one point. This was a place where the energy was just right to speed healing of the body. The first 4 or 5 years over there, we would not get so many testimonies about the health. But this year and last year, as we, cleaned approximately 1,100 yards, or about 3,000 feet, more and more testimonies. The hallways are about moving the energy in certain directions. There was something like a laser that allowed them to literally curve out the area with not much difficulty. Because for us it was really the question how they made all those tunnels. The second group of beings were using the energy in a way not intended to be used in the beginning, and the original beings made an attempt to have them sealed off. So now we're talking about the 2 civilizations. Reader number 6, the tunnels are very extensive. There is a main room. If you continue to the left, you will find what you are looking for: peace, no resistance, and purpose. You will find artifacts, symbols, structures. The tunnels were closed by a later generation because what was in there was sacred to them. Now it's time to discover this. So the purpose of Underground Labyrinth, it's not just to connect a couple of 3 pyramids on the surface, because they would build 2 or 3 tunnels. When you have Underground Labyrinth, the energy flow in different directions. And some of the benefits, of course, is for our health, but it seems that the pyramid feeds off all these tunnels and iron plates and negative ions and the underground water between them. Of course, you always have electricity, so the pyramid was sucking all different types of energy. And for the end, every year, tens of thousands of tourists are coming to Bosnia, the country which was known during the 1990s as the country of war and the violence and the problems, all the negative news. Now we want to change that to the country of the archaeology and cultural heritage and volunteers and tourism. So we want people to come from all over the world, and so far we've had them from 80 countries. We want to develop the private initiative. We want, yes, the New Egypt. We want the young people to come there, to experience the project for themselves. We want those who are not so young, in numbers. We want all these blondes, from Northern Europe. Oh? Yes. We want tourists like those from Malaysia who came and laid on the concrete of the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun, getting charged with the positive energy of the pyramid. We want to build a complex which will be a replica of the Bosnian pyramids of the sun and the moon and the dragon and the triangle between them and the love and the temple of Mother Earth and the tumulus and underground labyrinth, or 5-star luxury hotel, archaeological museum, and the congress tourism, and the healing facility, and rent a guide, rent a car, rent a horse, rent a paraglider, rent a Bosnian. Yes, $50 million. So when I finish the lecture, if you can please, collect this money so I can go back and build the project. The summer solstice, 2012, the June 21st, 150 people from 25 countries. Our mantra was mantra about the love and unity and harmony. The last 15 minutes, we all were standing up. We were sending those messages, and then we felt that we are getting help. The pyramid was sending the signals through us. Next year we want to get another event, not 150, but maybe 500 people. So one of the free flyers over there is about our summer solstice event. It'll be 1 week event, seeing different Bosnian sites, but one day we'll be on the top of the Sun Pyramid. We want to send this type of messages to the world, waiting for the sunset. And finally, every year, International Summer Camp for Volunteers. 2010, we had volunteers, 500 of them, from 30 countries. First, we show them locations. They do archaeological training first day, and then they start working. Yes. Sometimes it's a hard work. Of course, we got volunteers from 8 to 83 years. 2011, we had them from 32 countries. And then this year, from 52 countries and 6 continents. And they always come with a smile, working above the ground and in the underground. Archaeological, not political. And again, bringing the friendship on the Bosnian soil. Sending the messages. Let me see this message. From deep inside the tunnel. Everything is possible. And this message traveled with the material all the way outside, about 1,100 yards. This one says, beautiful people love each other. And this one, the one who wrote it first, who do you love the most? When he got the message back, the answer was you. So yes, these are the messages we want to send from the heart of Bosnia. And we want these beautiful people who are part of something so proactive, so beautiful, that one day, this pyramid, which is completely covered by solid vegetation, again, see the sun as the biggest, the most beautiful, and the oldest pyramids of all. Thank you very much.